Peace and prosperity, family. Shalom Batiyah. And how y'all doing out there? Y'all doing okay? Are y'all okay?
Okay.
Y'all feeling okay?
Okay.
Right. Ask him, Jerry. But anyways, I want to tell y'all about the dream I had, what I could remember right before the set apart spirit quickened my ruach to get up and to intercede on y'all's behalf. Okay, and then there were some other things that was shared with me concerning me and my personal walk. But anyways, I dreamed that this young girl, she had to been about 17 maybe, between the ages of 15 to 17, somewhere in there. She was a teenager. And she runs up to me and she's crying, being hysterical, and she was like, I got HIV, I got HIV, I got HIV, I got HIV. And I'm like, what, baby, where your mama? And then, boom, my dream switches. And I see two heavyset, melanated people. And it was a couple, actually. They were married. And the female, the wife, she was acting like the man. She was smacking her husband all across the butt and stuff, like, yo, And he was being real feminine and real soft, And I was just like, what is going on? It was as if they switched roles. That the husband was now the wife and the wife was the husband. So I was quicking out of my sleep and I sat up and I started talking to the Most High through the set apart spirit, the Ruach. And all I heard him say was, pray for Yasharal. And I did. I started interceding on y'all's behalf. Right? And as I was interceding, it dawned on me. And then that's when the Most High, the set apart spirit started ministering to my spirit to do that video I just posted. Right? So what I am saying to y'all is y'all have gone backwards. Y'all have taken on the ways of the heathens. Y'all don't know how much of a danger that y'all are in. And this is not talking about the remnants. This is talking about the 2/3 that are going to be unalived with the wicked. And it's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about this. When the pandemic happened, right? COVID, when it came, there was 2 different types of shots that went out in 2020. Mind you, during this time, Donald J. Trump, Mr. Antichrist, he was the president during that time. Okay? Mind you, he was president for 3.5 years. Well, he did he do a full term? Yeah, he did his full term. My apologies. Shalakia. Now, back to the 2 different types of shots. One was a placebo, and the other was the vaccine. But that vaccine just didn't have the mRNA in it, or so-called human DNA, but it had a little friend called HIV, and they all know about it. Every last one of you doctors know about it. This is the reason why, if you paid attention during 2020, all the way up to now, they have been issuing pills for you to take for HIV, okay? To protect you from it, right? No. And then, all of a sudden, there are cases after cases, pandemics, like an epidemic right now, especially in Georgia where I'm from. There is an epidemic going on. At least 100,000 people in Atlanta alone tested positive for HIV. Texas, hundreds of thousands of people tested positive for HIV and AIDS. South Carolina, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, tested positive. Hundreds of thousands of people, I think it was 15,000 to 20,000 people that tested positive for HIV. Canada, hundreds of thousands of people tested positive for HIV. Chicago, HIV, hundreds of thousands, HIV. I'm telling you, even across in the European countries, all over there, testing positive for HIV. How is it that all of these people are testing positive for HIV? It's because it was in the shot. This is why they had y'all boost. How else are they going to do their Agenda 2030? To get the population down to 500 million. They have to kill half of y'all. So if you got that shot and you got the booster, you might want to go get checked for HIV. Because I'll assure you that you have it. And if you didn't get the shot, but your husband or your wife or whoever you're dating did, go and get tested. I'm telling you now. In 2021, when myself and my children, we were homeless, and I just had Jeremiah, and we were living in a hotel at the time. Raphael, the angel, I saw him. He was standing behind my door. There was a rainbow ship, colored ship. It was rainbow lights. It was hovering by the Ingles supermarket when we was in Hogansville, Georgia. And the next thing I know, I'm writing down some stuff that I wanted to do a video on. Abba was putting some stuff in my head and giving me downloads of things that he wanted me to talk about. And then the next thing you know, he said, prepare. That's the only word that he said. And then the next thing you know, it was just like, boom, I was straight into like just straight focus, you know? And all I could hear was the Most High talking to me, the set apart spirit. And he led me everywhere I needed to go. Everywhere I needed to go. And I will load that video on here. I was talking about how it was the mark and etc. etc. This was in 2021 before everybody else started saying it. And I begged and pleaded with y'all not to get that shot. It was more than just identification or a tracker, because that's what it is. It's an ID tracker. Nanotechnology, tiny little robots, okay? And they duplicate themselves. They continue to create themselves throughout the body, okay? But anyways, and then going to talking about the HIV, they did put that in there. And these strands that are in there are very aggressive strands. So please go and get tested if you received the vaccine. I am not fear-mongering, but I am fear-mongering. You need to go and get tested. If you have been constantly sick and in and out of the hospital with blood clots, shortness of breath, all that type of stuff, fever you can't get rid of the fever, and diarrhea and all that kind of stuff, go get tested. I'm telling you, you are sick. You are sick. And the thing with the male and the female, things are completely out of order. Things are completely out of order. What we call bad, the world calls good. This is in the book of Isaiah. Woe unto you that call evil good and put evil for good and good for evil. Y'all, when are y'all gonna wake up? We're at the very, very end. The Matrix got half of y'all, and y'all don't even know it. I love y'all. But that dream goes right along with the video I just posted. I need you all to wake up. We're out of time.